Now let's start my presentation. According to the Department of Hygiene and Safety Food, there are nearly 90% of food and drink on the market contain food additives. I'd like you to think about the significance of this figure here. It means that we are consuming a large number of food additives every day. So, do you know what exactly food additive means? Food additive is the substance added to food to preserve the flavor or enhance taste and appearance of food and drink. There are two main types of food additives. The first type is natural source food additives. They are produced from the natural source like soybean or corn. Another type of food additive is artificial food additives. They are made by the industrial method. Whatever the food additive is produced by the natural sources or artificial sources, it has a certain utility. That leads me to the next point. The utility of food additive. They add the food additive to some kind of food and drink to maintain their freshness or enhance their use. For example, they use some kind of substance to add to some fruit to keep it more fresh for a longer time. Some kind of spices or colors add to food and drink to enhance the food and drink taste and appearance. Other utility of food additive is to speed up the fermentation of food and drink. For example, they add some vinegar to the pickle to speed up the pickle fermentation. And the final utility of food additives I'd like to mention here is to enhance the nutrition of food and drink by add some vitamins and minerals. However, the food additives nowadays there are some kind of food additives contain the poison and toxic. So when you use a large amount of food additives, food and drink containing kind of substance, you can get some problems with your health. So now we move on to the consequence of food additives to the health. Food additives can cause the acute food poisoning after 30 or 30 days you eat the food that contains the harmful food additive. You can feel abdominal headache or vomiting or diarrhea. Another common disease of food additive is infectious disease. But the most serious illness that food additives can bring to the health is cancer, when the poison accumulates in the body and cause the cancer. That brings me to the end of my presentation. I'd like to summarize what I have taught. I hope that you get some information about the